All right, everybody. My hair's a little crazy. I was just at the Cub Scout graduation for my son, and because he was one of the top popcorn sellers this year, he got to smash a pie in the face of whoever he chose. Um, Unbelievably, he chose me, and unfortunately, it wasn't whipped cream. It was a paper plate full of shaving cream, so it was all over me. He smashed it in my face, my hair everywhere, so it's a little crazy. Anyway, what I want to talk about is my database, and I've been looking at how to, again, this is an iterative process, I think, but based on all my experience up till now, I think I need to make one more change to my database, and it's mainly going to be, my database is going to be centered around three groups. One is prospects. What is a prospect? Now, for any of these people to even be in my database, they have to be nice, they have to be sane, and they have to be smart people. So if you don't meet any of those qualifications, you're not going in. So a prospect, this is someone who has plans of making a move, whether buying or selling real estate within the next 12 months. So 12 months is the key. So this is the key group right here. Pals. What are pals? Pals are the people I can call and refer, who will have said to me, hey, I feel comfortable referring you business. So pals, that's another group. I want to focus on that. I want to build that group as big as possible so that I can make as many calls to get referrals as possible. Last is PFRM, which stands for People Farm. So this is where people who, they have some plans of moving and it may be longer than 12 months, so they go in here. Or they have some plans, but they're not 100% sure that they'll actually be moving in 12 months, so they would go in here. And so basically, these are my three groups that I'm going to put everyone in and I'm going to manage to. So in order to be in any of these groups, like I said, you got to be nice, sane, and smart. Secondly is I have to have your email, phone number, and address. Now, I may be willing to move forward and put you in here without an email address, but I think for this all to work, I got to have all the information, right? And so there may be a separate group down the line. I think like Colton Lindsay has like a separate group outside of something similar to this that you can just call through, and it's, you know, people who probably know you or you've talked to them in the past. You don't have all the information. It's just another group to call through and cold call. But anyway, these are going to be the groups that I focus on. I'm going to be focused on not only calling through the follow-up system, sending my postcard, asking for referrals, but I'm going to be tracking on a weekly basis how many ads do I have in, how many people fell out, what is my number at, and I want to get that number. I would think if, you know, you're working this in the system, I mean, I think here you could have a 5 to 10% conversion ratio within 12 months. Pals, maybe you can get on average, you know, one referral for every 10 people you have in there. And then P Farm, I don't know, maybe you can call that, you know, a 5% 5% rate that you can get business out of. So based on that, I'm going to be tracking this. These are, you know, in addition to appointments, and this is mainly when we're cold calling, not expires, FSBOs. Like, they would have to be just like blow me out of the water. They got to be like dying to talk to me, and they have to have definite reasons as to where they're going, why they're moving, why they can't sell their house now for them to ever be added into here. This is mainly for cold calling and for door knocking. So these are my three main groups going forward. So I'm going to be adjusting my Mojo database this weekend to kind of move some stuff around. I'm going to go through everything. Everybody who's in, you know, Pal Z, everybody who's in P New, everybody who's in Pros Hot. I'm going to go through all my database, and they're going to end up in one of these things. And there may be a situation where I got to have an interim bucket to put everybody in until I can vet them to see where they need to go. So this is where I'm at. I think what this does, and I think basically, I think kind of as I kind of move forward, I think my database got a little bit out of hand and unmanageable. And so what I think this does is it simplifies it, and it really simplifies it to the key points of really what we care about, especially when we're cold calling. We're looking for people who are going to move within the next 12 months. Or, hey, here's some people I talked to, had a great conversation. They are going to do something. They're just a little farther off. I've had that. I've cold called somebody, hey, in 3 years, I'm moving to Wyoming. Somebody told me that. He said, call me back. And pals, I want to find as many people who I can call on to refer me business as possible. So these are the 3 groups. So again, be on the lookout for additional videos. I'll show you how I go in and make these changes in Mojo, what steps I took, where everybody went, and then also maybe a little bit more detail around the criteria and the workflow around how somebody actually gets in here. So appreciate you watching, and you have a great day.